we've been doing this for 18 years. Again, Travis Parrot basically came up with the idea that he had been coming out here since he was a kid, and he just remembered all the times that he came out here with his family and how great of a time he had, and he wanted to give that back to the community. He wanted people to be able to come up here and to enjoy the dunes as he did, with their families safely. And that's kind of what generated the idea of starting this business 18 years ago. Was from his life experience of coming out here. Well, Parrots Landing and Wild Bills, we offer basically vehicles to go, out of the dunes. We offer Jeep Wranglers we get a lot of families that come here, and this is kind of a destination spot for Michigan. With the largest sand dunes east of the Mississippi. We came up with the tour guide idea. Safety is our first concern, and not everybody knows how to go off-roading, especially in the sand. So with the tour guide, it gives you a description, of history on the dunes, how they were created, and then it also gives you a lot of insight into how to drive these things safely out there, because it is a dangerous sport. And with that hour of being, with a tour guide, you're getting a lot of knowledge about how to drive out there safely. Well, basically we offer, the latest and greatest of what's, what we have to offer as far as off-road vehicles. Jeep Wranglers, we've had them since we started. We have basically current models. It just gives you a safe vehicle to be out there. You don't have to worry about breaking down. And the Jeep Wrangler is the most universal vehicle. It's very user-friendly as far as going off-roading, especially when you got your family. So we offer the Polaris RZR 1000, and then we also have the Yamaha Kodiak 450s, and that's the quad for one person. Basically, they're going to have a really fun time because they're in control. They're not being driven by anybody else. They have their own vehicle. It's a safe vehicle, and it also has plenty of power to get over any of the hills out there. When it comes to safety, a lot of it is just common sense. It's about driving responsibly, just as if you were to drive down the road with your car. You want to kind of do the same thing while you're out there. I mean, these things are not indestructible. So that's why we put a lot of emphasis on making sure that customers understand what they can and cannot do out there. Sometimes people tend to push themselves on the limits of what the vehicle can do, and it's our job to make sure that customer knows what they can do and what they can't, because you can get yourself into a lot of trouble out there. So obviously safety is our first concern out there. Well, we have Dune Patrol out there. We've got our own vehicles out there that are constantly monitoring everybody, making sure that they don't get themselves into trouble. They're also out there in case they do get stuck, so we can be there fast, make sure that they, get out of their whatever situation they get themselves into. You reach the top of the hill and you basically see the dunes, you're going to say, where did all this come from?
Right.
It's like the Sahara Desert out there. It's basically a little over 500 acres of sand.
Yeah.
It's like a big, gigantic sandbox. It's going to be fun. It's exhilarating. It's breathtaking. The views out there, because you got Lake Michigan in the background. It's beautiful.
Yeah. All right, Andy, let's go.